Okay, so let's continue. Here we have one of my favorite pictures in the whole book. This image right here. Just look what's creeping out from the darkness and the winter outside and so on. There's a body there. What's going on? We don't know. But it could be a transformation, which is the next section here on transformations, chapter 6. As you know from the original book, there were several transformations in the campaign guide, and here we get a few extra ones as well. So let's check it out. Now, a transformation is something you wouldn't get right off the bat. Something might happen to you during the campaign. You may be bit by a werewolf, something like that. And then you'll slowly have this transformation that takes place over about 4 stages. So the first one they have here is the Aberration. This horror, look at that. Look at these pinchers coming out of the guy. Now you get some different paths you can take in your transformation. And with the player's guide, you get a few more. So let's see what they have here. They have the, they have how to remove a transformation, which is really difficult. Once you get started, it would be a whole campaign just to get rid of it if you wanted to get rid of it. But you get a boon and you get a flaw. You get several boons and then you get a flaw. Here we have the transformation boon of, unearthly senses for the aberration. So you could get dark vision, like the eyes turn all black and you're able to see much better in the dark. A third eye coming out of the middle of the head, or extra keen senses, so more animal-like, very, very strange, very alien, the aberration. And then as you come here to transformation level 3, you get the shifting form. This one would be a little bit more like in X-Men or something like that, like just blobby, nasty. You can be sliced in half and jelly-like form coming back together. Much more similar to, what's the name of that one evil god from the, hold on, let me get the book. It's called Jubilix. It's in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. Jubilix from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes could be somebody who's affecting you to become more of this jelly-like ooze, okay? Let's go on from there to the final transformation of the aberration in the expanded content here. It's the Amorphous Flesh. So there you have it. Maybe that's the one where it's more ooze-like. Yeah, that was the one I was just talking about here. So that's your extra aberration options. But then again, you have here in the campaign guide several other options. So not every aberration or transformation will be the same. Let's continue on to the Fiend. Now the Fiend is somebody who's made some sort of a pact with either a devil or perhaps a demon, something from Avernus, perhaps. And these new expanded Fiend features, you have, for example, the brand of the Slayer's Leash, some sort of a whip, making slaves and things like that. You have the transformation level 3 of the Infernal Sub Contractor. And then the level 4, you have the Loophole. So things to check out there with the Fiend. Very cool. And this is some of my favorite art in this book as well. Look at this Fiend here, probably a transformation level 4. He's got wings. These two just super wicked blades with flames coming off of them. Incredible. Incredible. Let's go on. Now the Lich. It would be very rare that you would have a campaign where one of the characters goes full Lich. They're very, very powerful. They get a phylactery, all sorts of things. And in this expanded content, they do have the path of the phylactery where you're increasing the power of this jar or this gem or this necklace, wherever you keep your soul. And it just makes the phylactery much more powerful, but at the same time you have to carry it with you everywhere. You can't hide it someplace where you can regenerate if you die. So you have the phylactery bond, you have the transformation level 3, the enhanced phylactery. That's what I was talking about, where it's increased in strength and armor class and hit points. And then you have the soul reflection here, which just looks super cool. And each one has a prerequisite. So you can see a little bit there. We move on to Lycanthrope. Now the Lycanthrope, I believe in this season 3 of a Critical Role, we have a situation with a werewolf happening. I'm not sure, but maybe they're using this content. We'll see. The Lycanthrope is fantastic. This path would give you the Heart of the Wild at transformation level 2. Transformation level 3 would give you the Call of the Pack, or Call the Pack. And then you have the Blood Frenzy at transformation level 4. And the way they have it designed is that you'd kind of be in transformation level 1 from levels 1 to 5, transformation level 2 from levels 6 to 10, transformation level 3 from levels 11 to 15, and transformation level 4 from 16 to 20, which is why I enjoy in my campaign moving the characters up fairly quickly from level 1 to 10, so we can get into some of that level 10 to 20 content that we don't see so much of. Because we can all sit and fantasize about when we reach transformation level 4, but let's be honest, we've been playing for a couple of years. Campaigns tend to piddle out after level 8, level 9. So I encourage you to try aiming for that higher level content, getting these amazing transformations, and then upgrading the monsters so they can be a challenge to your players. But the werewolf, again, incredible art here. And we continue on. The Seraph, this one. In this environment of darkness, grim hollow, it's just such a dangerous place. And if you play as a Seraph, you're just going to attract all the devils and demons and bad things. The Beast, for example. But I think it would really be cool to have a Seraph in the party. And we have a situation in our party where we do have an Aberration character who's almost going up to the level 3 of his transformation. But there's also a Bard who might be transforming into a Seraph. So that creates some really nice dynamics between the party of having these weird heroes. I wouldn't recommend everybody in the party getting a transformation because it's just a lot of weight to handle. There's a lot of extra things to remember as the DM, and both as the character and the DM. So 1 or 2 transformations in the party, let it play out naturally in the campaign, but very cool. So here you get the Divine Protection at transformation level 3. You get the Holy Bulwark. Ooh, so that sounds like you're just going to be the big protector with some shield up there. And in the final transformation, you get the Aura of Celestial Resilience. So just this glowing Seraph, very cool, very maybe Diablo-like. I like to bring Diablo in, as you know, to our campaign. So Seraph, fantastic. And the next transformation is the Vampire. The Vampire. Another cool one. Hard to choose which one you would want to take because they're all so cool. In this book, we get the expanded content of the Night Stalker at transformation level 2. At transformation level 3, we get the improved, oh, that's difficult to read, upside down, Shape Changer, improved Shape Changer. So as you know, vampires can turn into wolves and bats. Here, it's upgrading you to a dire wolf. Definitely, if you're going to be a more transforming like vampire, something cool to consider. And in transformation level 4, you have the Innate Sangromancy. There we have it. Vladimir, the Sangromancy from Legends of Runeterra, that kind of vampire. We're going to see later a bunch of content about the new Sangromancy spells and how you can use blood and affect the blood of others. So, very cool. Look at the imagery here of the blood just coming down the blades, full black armor. I'm pretty sure in each of these pictures we're seeing a fully transformed level 4 transformation. But so there you have it, the werewolves and vampires. Doesn't get much better than that. And that's expanded on what you have from the campaign guide. Now with the player's guide, we get 3 new transformations. The first of which is the Fey Transformation, coming in from the Fey Wild. You would become a Fey creature, and you're either aligned more towards winter or summer Fey. So I made an NPC. Another thing you could do is make an NPC if you don't want to have all of these in the party. I had an NPC ranger who was a Fey creature, and using the winter transformation, you can freak people out with your face, all kinds of things. So let's see what they have in the different transformation levels here. We have at transformation level 1, you have the Fey form. So you're definitely not looking human-like. You may be gaining horns or a tail, things like that, ears, funny things. And more aligned towards what element you're inclined to. Like winter, is it winter or is it summer? I don't know. Then you gain the transformation boon of Twilight Step. So there you see the summer and the winter. You have the Planar Binding. So I think what that means is you're going to be getting kind of drawn back to the Fey all the time. You have something, maybe you went on a trip there and then a Fey creature, a powerful arch Fey creature has bestowed this on you. It could be even a Weshel kind of thing, where there's a story going on there that you started, your soul was in the Fey. And so you're part of the world, but at the same time, you're always being drawn back. Similar to the Seraph, as it's always being drawn back towards the heavens, or the Fiend, who's always being drawn back towards Avernus and the Hells. So, Planar Binding, Transformation Boon, Two-Faced. So all of them come with kind of a negative thing here. Summer gets these kind of negative boons, or in the winter here. So we get boons and flaws. These are the good things. The negative thing was that you're being drawn back to the plane. And then we have the Spirit Servant Transformation Boon here. And then we have the Transformation Boon Magical Tricks. So at each stage, you see this is level transformation stage 2. You'd have to pick one. Is it going to be Two-Faced? Is it going to be the Spirit Servant? Or is it going to be the Magic Tricks? Or is it going to be, and then you have a flaw here at each stage. But you can't really have all of them. Although you can be stage 3 and go back and say, okay, I want to not pick anything from the stage 3, and I'll pick 2 from the stage 2 and 1 from stage 1. So that's kind of how that works. And we continue transformation level 3. We're just talking about it. Here we have the Fairy Mantle. We have another boon option, Maid of Magic, and another option, the Courtly Graces. So getting help from your Fey patron. Maybe you're a warlock. Maybe you're a Weshel Child warlock or a fawn, something like that. Would be very cool. Bound by Words is the transformation flaw. So here you see they're gonna be using words against you, right? Transformation boon. Here we have Greater Magical Tricks, and then as it continues, Misdirection, Twilight Glamour. The flaw, seasonally affected. So if you're a winter Fey, things are going to get tougher in the summer. If you're a summer Fey, things will be more difficult in the winter. And that's kind of what happens as you get towards transformation level 4 there. The second option in the player's guide is the Primordial. So I'm not sure if I was clear in my other videos, but you have angels, demons, devils. And then from before time began, there were the primordials of earth, wind, and fire, and kind of those nature spirits. So in this could be a transformation that might happen to a druid, someone in the woods, maybe from the elven lands of Sharnalt, or perhaps from the Nordic Grarjord, being a primordial being. And as you see, you're going to be turning, your skin's going to be turning towards earth or fire, things like that. Here we have our transformation features. Transformation level 1 is the elemental form. So like I said, yeah, you're becoming more wind-like or more fire-like, more water-like. We'll see what happens there. Primordial affinity. And we come along here to the Planar Binding. Again, as with the Seraph and with the Fey creature, you're being drawn towards these realms of where you're from. So fire would be drawn into the fire realm, right? You have a dual nature, transformational boon, elemental surge, lightning strike, earth shard, flame wave, aquatic rejection. So you can take a look at those. Call the Four. Wow, you could make a pretty cool shaman-like character with this primordial transformation, calling the four elements. Elemental appearance. So that's what I was talking about. If you're going to be more drawn towards the air and wind, you're going to have maybe bluish skin. Hair will be flowing around. Fire would be, flames kind of licking it over your arms and from your hair. And earth, this big heavy duty kind of guy, right? Transformation level 3. Let's see what we have. The primeval body. You have the aura of the awakening. And there you pick, right? Air, fire, stone, and life. Spring of life. Going on here to another boon. The master of many. The other one, force of nature. So, yeah, man, imagine a druid. Whirlwinds, tornadoes, earthquakes. This thing would be unstoppable. Potent aura, energy flow, and elemental mastery, and pool of chaos. Pool of chaos. What a wild character. That's your level 4 transformation here. And then we move on to the Spectre. Wow, right? Your character dies, transformation, talk with the DM or GM. Hey, what if we went with this Spectre transformation so that I look real, I look human and stuff, but I'm actually a ghost? That could be cool. And they have a class in here and a race that could really combine well with this. So spectral features, here are some of the features you'll gain. Transformation levels, let's check them out. Transformation level 1, you have the Spectral Presence. People are like, it's eerie, something spooky. Like goosebumps on the arm, it's colder when you're around. Maybe the other party members don't know you're a ghost, and it will be cool to see NPCs and party members slowly realize what's happening here. Spectral Movement. So you'll be able to start to phase in and out of reality, maybe go through walls, travel into the spectral realm, things like this. Close to death is the flaw. So yeah, you're much closer to dying than somebody who's more alive. And then you have the eternal phasing in and out. These are the boons you could choose. Spectral flight. And so maybe if you're new to D&D, you need to understand around levels 8, 9, 10, and then beyond, flying becomes a pretty natural thing. You're going to be having battles with flying creatures. And for at least a few of the characters, flying's not really an issue. So it's pretty cool. You can gain flying here with the spectral flight, horrifying visage, and the haunting appearance. Again, critical role, Laudna. I think this would be a pretty cool combination. Although very powerful. Each of these are very powerful. So they will create a bit of an imbalance in the game, and that would require that your GM kind of ups the ante if you want to still feel challenged in combat. Transformation level 3, the spectral body. All right, so becoming more ghost-like. You get life drain. You get the haunting jaunt. And the flaw would be the untethered mind. Untethered mind. So you're starting to kind of lose your mind a little bit when you get this. So all of these are, apart from the Seraph, all of them are going to make you a bit of a freak of nature and make life kind of difficult to just go around to the inn or the tavern or to the castle and talk with people, because this is super rare. I mean, for some ghost creature to be walking around, that would be a very strange thing indeed in Etheris, at least in my campaign. You can run it however you want. You could have all of these things in abundance and they're everywhere, but then it kind of detracts, I guess, from their specialness if they're not one of a kind. But let's check out this one here, Call of the Unmaking as a boon, or you'd have the option for possession. Whoa, wouldn't that be cool? You're talking to NPC and then you can go into their body and possess them and take them over. Whoa, I really like that about the what was it, the Shadow Priest in World of Warcraft. You could go out of your body and into the body of one of the enemies and make them start attacking the other guys and stuff. I like that. All right, let's check out the next boon option though. You could only choose one of these, so, and this is at level 4, so this is high tier stuff. Ethereal Denizen, an Ethereal Denizen. There you go, invisibility, for example. You're just in this ethereal plane, easily snapping in and out. And the flaw is the Pole of Oblivion. So your character may not die from a dragon or a monster, but you could get the Pole of Oblivion, and story-wise, your character just is drawn into the afterlife. No more. What a story. That was the Spectre. And I believe we'll just pause it there and then we'll start it again, because otherwise we have to get a very long video and cut it up.